Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to understand a very powerful AWS service called as Amazon SNS or Simple Notification Service. Today I'll be giving you a live demonstration. We'll be completing a small project which will try and fetch logs from the Amazon CloudWatch service, which will trigger an alarm through an SNS topic, and the user will be getting a notification on his email if the threshold of any AWS resource has been breached. So this is a very important production case which is being used in most of the cases where users are notified through emails, or we can also configure an SMS or a phone call to to ensure that alert which is being triggered is being notified to the resource owner, to the application owner in the real time, so that he can try and work on it and try and troubleshoot the issue. So, simple notification service, SNS service, we are going to make use of along with the Amazon CloudWatch service. So, if you're not aware of the Amazon CloudWatch service, please do look back to my playlist in which I have given you a detailed explanation and demonstrated to you all how to use the CloudWatch service, which comes with the basic and the detailed monitoring. That is explained to all of you in the previous video. So if you haven't seen that video, please do have a look at that video as well. So let's discuss about SNS, the most important topic, one of the most important services which are used in the AWS platform, that is SNS. What is SNS? SNS stands for Simple Notification Service. SNS is a AWS messaging and notification service. Its main job is to send alerts or messages instantly to users, systems, or application. You can think of SNS as a smart postman. When CloudWatch creates an alarm, SNS is going to deliver that message to everyone who has subscribed to that channel or the topic. I'll try and explain to you what is topic in SNS when I'll be demonstrating to you the project. In SNS, the important concept is related to topic. What is a topic? A topic is like a notification, a channel, or a group, right? So when a message is going to be sent to the topic, everyone subscribed to that topic is going to receive it. It's just like subscribing to a channel. Once the video is uploaded to that channel or a message is sent, everyone in that group is going to be notified. So instead of sending messages individually, SNS can send it to the topic once, and whoever has subscribed to that topic is going to get a notification. Now, second is subscription. What is subscription? Subscription means who should receive messages from that topic. Different subscriptions are available when it comes to SNS. It can be email service, it can be SMS, it can be Lambda function or HTTP, HTTPS endpoints, right? So subscription is nothing means an admin email, right? So if let's say in a production case, a server CPU becomes high, so the CloudWatch alarm is going to trigger, it's going to send a message to the SNS topic, and all the subscribers in that topic are going to get that alert instantly, right? Let's consider a use case. Let's consider an example before we go on to the live project. Suppose we have a e-commerce website. We have a simple e-commerce website, and during sales due to some reasons, traffic shoots, the CPU becomes almost 95%. CloudWatch is going to detect it and alarm is going to trigger because we have set the threshold, let's say at 90% or 95%. Alarm is going to be connected to the SNS topic, which is what we call as the production alerts. So all those users who are there subscribed to that topic are instantly going to get email, right? So depending upon that email, the user can go on to work, can go on to troubleshoot, identify the root cause of the issue, and can try to resolve the issue. So this service, that is SNS, is supposed to be used along with the Amazon CloudWatch service. So we are going to perform SNS. We are going to perform SNS, that is simple notification service. What I'll be doing is I'll be making use of the email protocol. It is going to make an endpoint to subscribe. So the first and foremost thing is going to be I have a EC2 instance which is launched onto my AWS platform. It's a Windows server which I had used in my previous sessions. This Windows server, whenever I'll try to do some chaos engineering, I'll try to increase the CPU percentage purposefully. So whenever the percentage CPU is going to go above the threshold, I'll try and set the threshold somewhere around 20% or 10% purposefully. And when the threshold is going to be breached, the CPU percentage is going to go above that threshold, and SNS topic, whichever we have made use of, that SNS topic is going to send a email notification to the users. So you can see here, I will be working on the AWS cloud platform. In the AWS cloud platform, we'll be working in the Mumbai region. We'll be working in the Mumbai region. I have VPC, the default VPC I'm going to make use of. We have an EC2 server here, Windows server will be using, right? Enabled, detail monitoring has been enabled. So the logs are going to be collected from this EC2 instance onto the CloudWatch platform. And whenever the threshold is being breached, let's say the percentage CPU value has been breached, the SNS topic is going to trigger and it is going to send an email notification. This email notification is going to be sent to all the users who are there subscribed to that topic. So let's not waste more time. I hope I have explained to you the basics of as to what is this SNS service. It is a notification service which is going to send alerts by means of, let's say, email or SMS, right? So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, and I have the dashboard here. Okay, before going to the dashboard, I want to explain you related to the white papers of AWS. If you want some more explanation, if you want some extra explanation, you can refer to the AWS dashboard. You can go on to Google, and you can just type, let's say if you type SNS SNS AWS, and you'll be getting AWS documentation here, sorry, AWS documentation. You can click here, and if you want some more explanation, you can just go on to use this documentation. This will give you some more details, right? So let's not waste more time. Let's go back to the project. I'll be using this email. So you can see in my email, in my inbox, there are no messages as such. There are no emails as such. All right, let's go back to the instance. I'll just tell you the configuration, how it's going to work. EC2 instance has been launched. Monitoring has been set up. The previous video, the same monitoring platform I'm going to make use of, the same Windows server I'm going to make use of. You can see the CPU metrics. Now it's kind of idle. The CPU is almost 2%, right? So it's not being used that high, the CPU percentage is less. I'll close this. We'll try and run multiple applications to try and shoot that CPU up. Before that, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to create an SNS topic. So what I'll do is I'll go to the SNS service. In the search bar, you can type SNS simple notification service, right? Once you are here, you're supposed to click on topics. I'll create a topic. I am supposed to work on the email protocol. That is why I'll be selecting standard. I'll close this. I'll be selecting standard. You are supposed to name the topic. I'll say monitoring with CloudWatch. You can name it anything, CloudWatch, and I'll keep everything as it is. I'll go to create the topic. Once the topic is created, it is going to give you an option to create a subscription. Subscription means anyone who is interested in subscribing to the channel, to this notification, can be added. I'll say create subscription, and here the protocol, it's going to ask me the protocol. I want to work on email. You can work on any of these protocols, any of this platforms. SMS also can be used. They are going to ask you the phone number and all. So let's not go into that. We'll use simple email, and I'm supposed to put the email. Okay, I'll write the email as test my email 980 at gmail.com. This is what I have created for the test purpose. Okay, so that's it. And create subscription. So the subscription is being created now. Once I send a request as an endpoint to test my email 980 at gmail.com, you can observe here that the email has been received to the user, to the subscriber. You can check, it's right now it has arrived. You check my inbox, there was nothing in the inbox. This is the first email I have received. I'll click on this email and they are asking me, you can choose to subscribe to the topic in AP South 1. The name of the topic is monitoring with CloudWatch, the same name which I gave, and they're telling me to confirm the subscription. Click on the link below. I'll say yes, and done. We'll go back to the subscription. We'll go back to topics. I'm working on this topic, right? Monitoring with CloudWatch. I'll click here and I'll see now who all are there. It is the endpoint that is there and the status is confirmed. Once I confirm the subscription over the email, the status gets to confirm for this particular endpoint, that is the email ID which I mentioned. Now let's go back to the EC2 instance and let us configure an alert. Let's configure an alarm, right? So this is my Windows server. I'll just scroll this towards the right. I'll say alarm status. There are no alarms as such. I'll say plus. I'll say plus and I'll say create an alarm notification. The notification should be with the SNS topic. So the SNS topic, the name which we gave is monitoring with CloudWatch. I'll click here. Great. Alarm action. So always remember that alarm action, it's preferred to keep it disabled because what it is telling you is if this particular alarm is being triggered, what should happen next? What should be the preventive action should be taken? So to reboot or stop or to terminate. In production, none of this is supposed to be done. The best way to troubleshoot is try and log into the server and try and troubleshoot the issue. You're not supposed to directly reboot the server, stop or terminate it, right? That is why I am going to disable this, right? And ensure that the alarm notification is being yes. Okay, it's kept at yes. Okay, let's keep this average. The alarm thresholds, you're supposed to set the threshold. Now let's try and understand this first. Let's try and understand this first. I'm having a I'm having a server. We are having a small, let's say T3 dot medium server, right? This is my EC2 server, right? And the percentage CPU is 80%, right? Let's consider a case. I want the alarm. I want the alarm that should be initiated. I should get a notification on the email if this percentage CPU goes above 85%. Right? So this is what is threshold. This is what is threshold. You can set the threshold at 85%. So whenever the CPU percentage is going to reach 85%, I will be getting an alert on the email, right? So this is what we are supposed to do. This is what is threshold, right? So let's get back. So I'll say this as average. Let's keep this as average. Let's work on the CPU utilization only because that is the most important aspect. And I'll keep the CPU percentage at, let's say, 20, right? Because it's not easy to, shoot it up to 80, 85% on the go. So we'll keep it at 20% for consecutive period 1. For period 5 minutes, I'll keep alert on the email. So it's giving me a description here. Alarm on instance. This is the instance ID. It is more than the threshold value for one consecutive period for 1 minute. So here you can observe that the CPU is less, it is at 0.75%, and you can observe that the alarm which we have set is at 0.2%, right? So let's set this alarm. Let's set this alarm. Let's check what are the details. We have created an alarm. The topic, the name of the topic I had selected, monitoring with CloudWatch, right? Then average, group samples by average, which parameter you are going to monitor, that is the CPU utilization. I have kept the threshold at zero point 0.2 and the period of 1 minute. Right. So that's it. That's it. Here you can, get an idea, visualized idea that the alarm is set as at 0.2% and The CPU utilization is 1.77. That means, let's see how this goes, if we get an alarm or not, or else what we'll do is we'll try and purposefully shoot up the CPU percentage up to get an alarm. All right, you can see in my email such there is the only one email which was related to subscription which is there, and try and reload this as well for you. So the CPU threshold will be breached. We should get an alert on this email in the inbox. Let's do that. Let's create this alarm, and I'll create this alarm, and the alarm will be created. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, the alarm is created. What we'll do is purposefully run some applications to shoot up the CPU up. I'll open VS Code. I will open the Microsoft Edge application as well. I have installed multiple applications. PowerShell is there. Okay, let's open PowerShell as well. Notepad++, VS Code, Google Chrome, Notepad++. Right, download something. Once again, I'll download the setup file. Let's see what is the CPU. Has the CPU shoot up? Let's go to monitoring. Let's see the CPU utilization. It's still idle. It's still idle. Okay. What I'll do is I'll try and uninstall some application which will. Okay, guys, I have run multiple application. I'll try to, copy some data, which I suppose with which, we can observe that the CPU has shoot up. Okay, this is for 5 minutes. What I'll do is I'll keep this at 1 minute. Okay, let's observe now. Is the CPU percentage has increased? Yes. So we have already enabled detailed monitoring. You can see the data which is collected is at 1 minute interval. So 6:58 UTC. After 6:58 UTC, you can observe I started, running multiple applications onto my Windows server. I tried to copy some files, delete some applications, which helped me shoot up the CPU. We had kept it at 0.20% threshold, 20% threshold for the CPU, and it did go above 36%. So that is a general thumb rule. We should get an email notification on my email notification to the subscriber that the CPU percentage has been increased. You should pay attention. Let's check if we have got the email. I'll go back into my email, and yes, I have got an email that yes, there's an alarm. So let's open this email. Let's open this email. You can check there's an alarm with the instance ID. The instance ID is being mentioned here that it is greater than or equal to the threshold CPU, right? So the CPU, it's increased about 20% for a one consecutive period, 1 minute period. And this is an alarm which will be received to the user, which will inform him that your CPU has shoot up. There's a threshold which has been crossed. You should pay attention to the server. So this completes our session for today. We have made use of two important services. We have made use of two important services, that is the Amazon CloudWatch service and the SNS service. I hope this is clear to you. You have understood this. If you have understood this, if this video you have found it to be helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment which AWS service you want to understand in the coming sessions. Thank you all.